Flight 229, you're clear for takeoff.
Hey folks, Maverick Watch Reviews back here with another review for you. Today we have the Seiko Prospex 200 meter solar quartz diver, model number SNE383. And as usual, we'll open it up, look at the fit and finish, the features and the functions, the build quality, and then I'll give you my overall impressions of this new solar diver from Seiko. But first, I'd like to invite you to become a patron of mine on Patreon. This will allow me to buy a better camera, better editing software, and give you a new watch review at least 2 or 3 times a week. Make sure you check out my Patreon page when you get a chance. My only commitment level is $3, but as usual, you can always give more or give less. Any amount would be really appreciated. So here you go, typical Seiko watch box. You've seen these a million times, and there you go. Good looking watch, man, right off the bat. And of course, you have some literature here. You have got your instruction manual. You have got your warranty and your warranty card in the back, and you have this little registration pamphlet right there. There you go. All right, so we've got all the boring stuff out of the way. Let's take this thing out and take a look at it. All right. Okay. Now, as usual, well, not as usual. Actually, it's kind of new to me. I am using a micrometer, and one of my subscribers said, you know what? We used to call these calipers, so that's what they are. They are calipers, micrometer. The old school guys used to call them calipers, and they were metal. A lot of times they weren't plastic. But anyway, I'm using these now to get some more exacting measurements, and sometimes even these measurements kind of vary just a tiny bit from what Seiko says to what they actually are, and from what I say to what Seiko says. So I don't want to say take these with a grain of salt, but they're not super precise. I try to make it as precise as I can, but anyway, here we go. So you're looking at, let's check out the case. Now this is the case with the crown. So you're looking at, what does that say there? 45, so take about 3 millimeters off the crown. That's about 42. Let's look at the thickness. 12.8, let's say 13. Lug to lug. Still getting used to this micrometer here. Lug to lug, you're looking at 49.2. Let's look at the bracelet, or the strap actually. The lugs, let's go in here a little bit. 21.8, let's just say 22, and then of course it tapers down. So 22, probably tapering down to 20. I'm just guessing. See if my guess was right. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. All right. So there you go. That's enough for the micrometer / calipers. A lot of machinists used to use these, and I guess they still do. So there you go. All right, now for the rest of the specs, as usual, I'll go ahead and put them up on the left-hand side of the screen for you. You're looking at 200 meters water resistant, which is 660 feet. It does have a Hardlex crystal. It has the V157 movement inside, which has a 10-month power reserve on it. It's got the date function over there at 3 o'clock. Of course, it's got Lume bright all over the indexes and hands. And it has a screw-down crown over here at 3 o'clock as well, with very pronounced crown guards. These are huge crown guards. So first impression, great looking watch. I really do like the red bezel on the chapter ring, and I'm sorry, the red chapter ring, and the luminous pip on the red luminous pip on the bezel here, which is really nice. Now, if this looks familiar, it's because it looks a lot like a Stargate to me, and I'll put that up on the left-hand side of the screen for you. That's what a Stargate looks like, especially the bezel with these kind of markings, kind of Stargate-ish markings here for the 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So good looking watch. Again, really pronounced red chapter ring inside of there. It really makes the watch pop. I like that. I also like the semi-skeletonized minute and hour hands. Really cool. I like that. As well as the red kind of lollipop second hand. Really cool. Nice little accents, little touches of red there. Really cool. Really highly polished case. Super highly polished case. You're not really going to find any brushed areas, I guess, except for the lugs right here. Everything else is polished, including the crown guards. Really cool. Really nice. The bezel has a nice feel to it. Even though I'm guessing this might be plastic, maybe very hard plastic, but it's got a nice click action to it. It could be a little bit tighter, in my personal opinion, but not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, what are the odds that somebody's really going to actually use this for diving anyway? I mean, do people that wear a lot of diving watches really, dive with the watches that they wear? Well, that was a mouthful. So, it's not that big a deal. It does line up perfectly with the 12 o'clock pip, which I really like. That's nice. Nice, decent sized date function. I do like the dates when they're a little bit bigger. I'm getting a little bit older now, so my older subscribers will definitely appreciate that. Crown feels really solid. Nice crown pop to it. Let's go ahead and unscrew it. It's a little bit hard to unscrew because these crown guards are really pronounced. When you screw the crown in, it actually screws in past the crown guard, so it can be a little bit of a challenge to unscrew and screw it. It's going to be really hard for you to get like a full rotation with your fingers just because those crown guards are really pronounced. So let's talk about the strap. I haven't seen this style strap from Seiko before. As you can see, it's got the expanders to fit this over a wetsuit. That's what those little valleys are for, to allow the strap to expand. And as you can see, if you look here, it's actually got some like little notches on the bottom side of the strap. And that's also for security. Let's see if I can get this thing out of here. Here we go. If you look right there, you can see these little notches. And I don't know if you probably can't hear it, but when you put the buckle in, this little keeper right here, it clicks. There you go. So you can hear that? It's clicking because it's getting those notches right there. So there's just a little bit of extra security to make sure the watch doesn't fall off your wrist. I like it, really cool. This strap is pretty stiff right now, but of course over time it's gonna break in. It'll be a lot more supple and softer on your skin. But right now, any of these straps, you have to break them in. So typical Seiko case back, nothing really to really show you here. It's just your typical Seiko screw down case back. You got some of the information about the watch. The movement inside, the movement, the caliber number. 200 meters water resistant, nothing, spectacular back there. The buckle itself is not signed. It's just kind of an average run-of-the-mill Seiko buckle. You do have a little underneath the strap here, underneath the keeper, you have the Seiko Tsunami logo. And again, I haven't really seen too many of these particular straps for some reason. Anyway, I guess because this watch is, pretty new. So what else I want to tell you about this thing? That's really about it for the main part of the watch. I like it. It would be really cool if this came in a yellow. I think they have a blacked out version, an IP coated version with yellow, but I wish they just had one with just a yellow chapter ring and maybe a yellow luminous pip up there at 12 o'clock. If you look at the indexes are indefinitely applied, and they got tons and tons of Lume Bright on them, and I'll demonstrate that here in just a second. In fact, let's go ahead and try the thing on. Let's go ahead and try this watch on. All right, let's take a look here. And it doesn't feel bad. I mean, the strap's not super stiff right now, but it's, because it's brand new, it's gonna be stiff. And as you can hear that keeper, that thing, it's clicking on those notches on the strap. All right, so there you go. Really good looking watch, man. I like it. Nice. There you go. Really highly polished. I'm kind of surprised that it's this highly polished for being kind of a tool watch. Normally tool watches aren't this highly polished. It kind of reminds me of like tire tread on a pair of Pirelli P0s or whatever they're called. This kind of here right here. Kind of cool. All right, let's take this thing off. Let's kill the studio light. And we'll try to get it darker because some of y'all have told me that I need to do this in a much darker room. So this is about as dark as I can get right here. Let's go ahead and zap this. I'm gonna zap this for about 20 or 30 seconds to really charge up the Lume Bright. I think we should be getting there. And by the way, this mag light, y'all, this mag light's about 20 years old. These things last forever. All right, there you go. Typical Seiko Lume Bright, really bright lume. They have the best lume on the planet. Nobody can even touch them for the brightness and the longevity of Seiko Lume Bright. God, this stuff is just great. The only thing is better than this are the tritium tubes, but they don't glow as bright as this. Now, of course, tritium is a gas, and those little gas tubes they put on the indexes, and it lasts for about 25 years, but it has a very faint glow, nothing bright like this. And of course, this lasts for a couple hours like this, and then over time, it'll be hard to see. But tritium just keeps glowing for 25 years. You don't need to charge it. It's not electronic. It doesn't need a battery. It's just that gas is mildly radioactive, and that's what keeps it glowing for 25 years. I think 25 years is tritium's half-life, I believe. I might be wrong, and I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. So anyway, there you go. There is the Lume shot. All right. So, I mean, great watch. I like this thing. Again, I wish they had different colors other than the IP-coated black version. I wish they had the regular stainless with some different chapter ring colors. And they might have. I'll actually look and double check. But I think they only have this one and the IP-coated black version with the yellow. So anyway, you can get this on Amazon for $205. And of course, I'll include a link in the description field for you to pick one up if you would like to do that. And of course, if you like this video, please click on like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I would definitely appreciate that. I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up, stuff that's not even, hasn't been released in the US market yet, as a matter of fact. That's going to be coming up in the next week or so. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. A couple really, really cool watches I'm going to be reviewing here in about a week or so. Again, they're not even released in the US yet. So really excited about that. And guys, that's pretty much it. Until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.